So welcome to Challenge the Road. I thought I'd do an update video of 2021 before I do 2022, and let's see how we done. Now, when we done the video January 21, I put some pics out there of cars that I thought would appreciate, potentially go up in value, and I gave you quite a broad range of cars, and I wanted to just go through them, tell you how we done. Ones we did buy, ones maybe you bought. Did you buy any of the pics? I don't know, maybe you made a lot of money. But I added a quick sort of total up, and if we bought all of them, and I'll go through them, we would have been 295,000 up potentially, maybe more or less. You've got to factor in costs of insurance, servicing, things that might go wrong, but let's just say £250,000. Oh, a bit close to that Porsche. But I thought let's just go through them one by one, and some of the ones I spoke about, and go through how much they've gone up. So I was out in that Focus RS and really enjoy that car. I still own that car. I'm not going to sell it. I think it's going to go up more. So in 2021, these were sort of, I don't know, 12.5 to 17 to 20, going up. So I think that we probably would have made £10,000 on that car. So if you'd bought one, you're definitely 10k up, and probably you're going to go even more into the black with that car. I think they go 40, 45k. So that was a really good pick. Second one, we said M3 CSL, M2 Comp. M2 Comps haven't done a lot, maybe gone up very slightly, but haven't really lost any money. But if we've got the M3 CSL, which I wish I had, I think you'd be 25k up on that car. And I think that's going to go a little bit more. We spoke about the manual conversion at the time. So that car is definitely one that's on the up. The third car we spoke about was, I said, GT4 or Escort Cosworth, or both. But the GT4 has definitely gone up, and we're probably talking 10 to 15k. But let's talk about the Escort Cosworth, because I said that was a car I always wanted. Obviously I had an experience of buying one when I was younger, and obviously I didn't have enough money to get it and ended up in an Escort diesel. But we've said that story many times. But I didn't just get one, I got two, and let's just go through that. So what happened was, I kept thinking, I think with COVID and all the stuff that's happened, I was like, I have to get an Escort Cosworth. Almost before I die, it felt like. I thought, I have to get one. But I ended up buying two on the same day, and I bought a road one, very low mileage, and I've had a few issues with that car, and it's not totally fixed. But in that time, it has been appreciating, so I'm not too worried. So the first one was a road one, the blue one, and probably we're 10k up on that car. But on that day, what I did was, I started to look at rally ones, and I managed to find, so on the same evening, a rally Escort Cosworth for sale. And I thought, I'm going to get it. I'm going to get the road and rally and complete this sort of garage I wanted of road and rally cars. So we had the Lancia, we had the Subaru, we had the Focus, but now we have the Escort Cosworth. Now this car still, I've only seen back in August 21. I still haven't seen it since then, because it's been away to have all the stickers done, all the prep, and be put back to how I want it. So with that car, I paid, I think, 110k for the car. And then I started to look at the history. So after I bought it, I realised that it was on a plate that isn't on the car now, and was Malcolm Wilson's first car he podiumed with for Ford, which then sort of gave him the M Sport contract that he's still got today, and he's been hugely successful with that. So that car now is over 200k. Easily over 200k. One, the rally cars have gone up, but now I've gone through, you know, all the history, and I'm putting it all together, which is my fun, researching, finding, looking at the different plates. I've got a podium Escort Cosworth. Stuart's doing all the work on that, so it's going to look fantastic. But that was, you know, one of those finds you get every now and then, which I seem to do. But yeah, the Escort Cosworth is one that's been a real big hitter for us. So the next car I spoke about was the GT8, and you know, I really enjoyed that GT8, but we did end up selling that car, and we were in sort of a profit of around 15k. So I said it was going to go up in value, and it did, but I think they could go more. I think they could go to sort of 180, 200, but there seems to be quite a few of them. I don't think it's a bad place for your money, but at the moment, because I'm making the CTR Vantages, and I know that the CTR Vantage is pretty much as good, if not better, than a GT8, apart from obviously the body kit of the GT8 is amazing. So I'm going to stick with the CTR Vantages and sell the GT8 what I did. But you would have been up for what I paid for it and where it went to. You would have definitely been up. So the next car I spoke about was a retro 911. I said I really fancy one, and yeah, we got one. We got the 993. We paid about 70k for that car and had a lot of spares. The guy that we traded it in with the CTR Vantage, he had spent 50-60k on it. I think them cars are going up. I'm not planning on selling that one. As soon as it come in, I had 3 or 4 offers on the car at more than I paid for it, but I really like it. I think it's lovely to drive, and I don't see for 70-80k what you can get better for the money. So I see they're undervalued. I'm going to put that as a neutral, no gain, because I think I bought that a little bit late on in 21, so there isn't really a massive gain. But I do feel in the future, last air-cooled 911, the 993, we're actually doing quite a few bits on it. So I'm doing LED rear lights. I want to upgrade some of the colour on the brakes, so I'll probably spend a bit more money on it, and whether I'll get my money back, I hope so. I do think they're a 100k car. Just looking at them and driving them, I think they're a 100k car. So the next one we had is, I spoke about sort of supercars, and this one's almost a hypercar, supercar. And I said to you, you won't be able to guess what car I'm going to go with, and it was the XJ220 that I went with. Now they were sort of around sort of 300, 350s. You know, a very good example, maybe up near 400. They're a lot higher. I think they're around 100k higher now. There's a lot of publicity on that car, a lot of great videos. I know Kid in the Sweet Shop, Jodie Kidd, done a really nice video on them, one of her favourite cars. And I said at the time they're going to go 750. I'm going to stay with that. I think they will go 750. I would like to buy one at some point, and it joined the collection. But yeah, that was the last car of 21. So a quick sort of add up when I was doing it, I come out that obviously if you add in the second Escort Cosworth, which maybe you wouldn't have got, you're looking about 295k, which is really good. And the 2022 video coming up, can I repeat that? Maybe not. It's going to be quite difficult because everyone knows more about cars than ever now. You got, you know, YouTubers like JM bringing out some videos. Like he brought out the 996 C4S video. I'm like, stop talking about that car, because I really want to get one, and I think that he knows as well that they're low, and that'll come out on the next video as well. But I think they're a really good car, and some of the prices on them I've seen are just amazing value. So yeah, so you got more research and more data than ever to find these cars. I think for me, because I'm like heavily dyslexic, it's probably how I'm doing well is I don't know, I sort of get to the end and then I go back to the beginning. I love researching stuff. I love learning. I will watch, I don't know, 8 to 10 videos a day on everything. Solar, cars, maybe more than that, I don't know. I just love learning. I'll be working and learning and maybe that comes from being heavily dyslexic, I don't know, which puts me in a position that I can see stuff maybe people can't see. Yeah, I'm a risk taker, but it's calculated. Everything I do, I feel like, you know, I've got a pretty good grip on it. So this 2022, I've got a few cars 100% no you won't think of, and you think, that's interesting. I've got especially one that's going to be really good if you've got, you know, a young child like 17, 18, say young, a child 17, 18, getting their first car, I think I've got the perfect one for you. And it's going to save you a lot of money, and you're not going to lose any money. You might actually make money, and it's not going to cost you hardly anything to run at all. If my daughter was a bit older now, I would definitely buy this car for her. I actually thought about buying them and holding, because she's sort of 14. So could I hold it 3 years? Maybe. I wouldn't lose any money. So that's going to happen in this 2022 video. So yeah, so that's a bit of a wrap on this. Loving this Rolls Royce. I don't like it when it's got no fuel, but loving this Rolls Royce. And we'll bring you the 22 video very soon. Thanks for watching.